Okay. Hey there, girl. What's up? Why do you guys keep fucking barking at everything out there? Those asshats are literally just destroying the house next to. Whoa, girl, come here. Come here. Let me pet your face hole. No? Face hole? Yeah, this is my go girl. That's not really your face hole. That's more your butthole. I don't need your butt. Oh, that must have looked awkward. That's where every episode starts out with me going, let me fix a mustache. Ooh. Mustache will rise to $5. Hey. Again, that way I just look like Dr. Robotnik from fucking Sonic and shit. Just to get straight out. Anyway. Blood clouds. And, do my stretch. Hey, you can see chainsaw. There you go. Hey, girl. People can see you back there for once. For a second. Man, you know what's weird? I swear to baby Jesus. Right? Like, every time. It seems like my paintings get further away. It's not like a little canvas. It's a pretty... This one's like a 12 by 16 or something, I think. So it's not like my 3 foot by 4 foot ones or nothing. But, it's weird because it seems like they get further and further away, but I get squished more and more up here. It's weird, man. Weird. Quit it. Quit doing the dumb shits. All right. No. A couple things. With my brush, which I got a new one in my 1-pack, but it's longer. Yes, girl. They're just new brushes. That's my old brush, girl. You can sniff it. You can sniff my brush if you want to. But anyway, I am going to use my palette knives today. Oh, because I didn't get to them yesterday. Oh. That was way too sexual. For palette knives. I'll probably need more than that. Man, this thing is like, you could kill somebody with this thing at this point. It's a solid, like, well, I mean, it's not solid. It's still got some part to it. But, man, this thing's like a Frisbee now. Nice. And chunk this and hit somebody with it because it's just paint after paint. It's all broke though and shit. Yeah, I gotta be careful about that. But yeah, it's pretty thick with a double C. Fucking stupid shit. Anyway, and what's up, man? Let me set that back up there. All right, let's get a little Brown Town. You know, I thought I just got a new brown because I did. Where the fuck did it go? I just got a new brown oxide. Where the fuck did I put it? I bet it's still in the kitchen in a bag. No, that was the new red. But I also got a new brown oxide because I knew I'd need it for... It doesn't matter anyway. And hey, everybody else that's watching. So you got a few people over here watching now. That's a handful. And by the way, future reference, if you guys didn't know where the term handful came from, it came from 5. So when you say I have a handful, it literally means 5, by the way. It's accounting. And the clouds turned out good. Thanks. You know, the clouds are all right. The clouds are all right. You know, not exactly. I mean, again, they look better on there than they do in real life. In real life, they're like, ugh. They give you the heebie-jeebies because they're pretty rough. So from a distance, it looks good. So as long as I don't let anybody come within, say, 5 feet or 10 feet, maybe. Yeah, probably 10 feet of actually seeing this. Then yeah, it looks good. But, oh, fuck me. I mean, for 20 bucks, 20 bucks is 20 bucks. But I needed to do something very particular prior to what I'm about to do. Okay. Thinking. That's what I do. See if my black comes out this time. Yeah. All right. Actually coming out pretty well. Not even very many chunks this time. Look at that. See? They're better than when you left yesterday. That's because they dried. Yeah. All right. Yeah, they dried. And once they dry lighter, and the colors look different. So they came out all right. They came out decent. I mean, I'm still going to put a little bit of work into them probably. Because they still look a little... I don't know. As with anything I do, sir, I look at them and I go, I can see some parts to it that I like, and I can look at it. If I look at it with like a blurred overall view, I go, that looks good. And then when I look at it closer, I go, I fucking hate everything about this. That is the problem with an artist looking at their own work. They hate absolutely everything they do. That's fact. We all do. No artist, you're never finished with anything. As an artist, you will never finish anything, ever. Because you'll always be so goddamn bothered by the littlest of things. And then when you try to fix that little thing, you'll probably fuck it up. It happens all the time. You know? Where you're like, no, this is, okay, I gotta do this. Oh, fuck. Oh, and you turn into Batman. And, you know, and as an artist, when you turn into Batman, things get weird. Oh no, my cup has a crack in it. That's what she said. And that didn't really make any sense. Anyway. Oh, so here's my plan. I don't know if it's a good one, but we'll find out in a minute because I never know what the fuck I'm ever doing. I'm going to make the, today I'm going to put in the spire or the tower or the citadel or the whatever the fuck you want to call it. Right here, the standing citadel-esque thing. But I got to put the citizens, let's say the people. I don't know. You got to put in the people, you know, and so I've got to put in a big old pile of people. What the fuck, Noodles? What? All right. That's called paint, Noodles. You don't lick the paint. You move it with your nose, and now you have paint in your nose. Good job, I guess. Sure, why not? But I'm going to have the people all down here more. All right, I want it to kind of be more around it, so we're going to kind of do it like this, where... Now, at this point, the reason why I did the background the way I did, by the way, is so that this part here is completely differentiated from it, right? So you have your colors lighter, and this will dry lighter as well, but it will be a different black tone than that, even though it's got red mixed in with it also. This lighter pinkish red, it'll give it a way different look, and this will obviously stand out and pop out, and so will everything else. So the background becomes very well backgroundish. And that's that. So anyway, what I'm doing for the red-black mix is I'm doing like a Harley Quinn thing here with the red on black on one side, because I have the red and the black here because, you know, I'm going to use them separately, and I just back and forth. So that way it doesn't give it a specific red, black. Like it's not one color. It's a mix of the two, you know? And, so that way I'm not making it a maroon color specifically. And this will give it a kind of appearance of different tone. Obviously it's going to be different tones, duh. But it's going to be different, levels, depths. There we go. Different depths of possible things. Now, I don't want to do the starting at the top going down, even though I've done it a couple places. I want it to be more from the down up. This way, it causes the blur going up. But I'm going to take this brush here to do some more detailed aspects of that here in a minute. So that part kind of doesn't even matter at this moment. Shut up! You fucking walking dildo. They're literally just breaking down the house next door, brah. Our crackhead neighbors are dismantling the house that they actually squatted in. Fun story. So when we moved in here about 4 years ago, there was a guy who tried to squat in our fucking house, right? And we're like, get the fuck away from here, okay? And so in that, man, this almost looks like a swampy nighttime area. You could totally turn this scene into something totally different than what I'm doing. And I wonder if I could do like a play on imagery. Like, but anyway, this dude was like trying to basically squat in our house. And we were like, bro, fuck off. You're not going to squat in our fucking house. But they'd kicked in our back door. And keep in mind, our house was a complete shithole. I didn't say it's been much better, but since we fixed it up, I tried in the beginning. I did a lot of heavy duty work. But once you start living in a house, it's so hard to keep it up. And it's just every day you try, but then you get just so wore out from it. And you just give up on everything. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But we had a house next door, a giant one, empty and abandoned also. And then they had a garage, like a standing garage thing, like an apartment is what they are. The garage apartments, right? Right there behind it. So the dude squatted over there, right? Drunk guy and possibly meth addict. Definitely no heavy alcoholic. That's remained. And so interestingly enough, the guy next door to that next door bought that property next door to us. And then he allowed the guy to stay in the garage apartment with an extension cord over to give him some electricity or whatever, just to help him tear down the house. Okay. He died. The guy who owned the property, he died. He was a really nice guy, though. So, you know, it kind of sucked. He was a simple man, just living his life and doing his thing. But when he died, his sister got the property, got the house and all that stuff. And we didn't meet her for a minute, but she's pretty cool. I mean, overall. But the guy moved over to the other people across the alleyway's place. Somehow convinced them to let him move a garage building. I don't even know where he conned that out of, onto their property. Or maybe, oh wait, I think it was one that the guy owned and had set up. It was. The guy had a little red garage thing in his back that he put tools and stuff in. And when he died, the one dude took that and moved it over there to their place. It was that one. And so then he lived in their backyard and still stayed right here. Like, what the fuck? Dude, you're homeless? I get it. That sucks. But go the fuck away from my house. Anyway, so then his sister that owned the property there, after this house next to us is gone, the garage is still there. She made a deal with him to help tear down this house. And I guess she would pay him or something like that. Well, ends up being she just let him move into that house because she wasn't going to stay there. So now he lives in the house over a lot while they're tearing down that garage that he used to squat in. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And it's funny because it took him months when we lived here every day. Hey, neighbor. This is when he was squatting. He didn't want me to call the cops. And hey, neighbor, how you doing? And he'd introduce himself, and I would introduce myself. And I would literally be like, dude, you just introduced yourself like yesterday. We know each other. I live here. He's like, oh, you live here now? I'm like, for the past 2 weeks, bro, we've had the same conversation every day. Yes, I live here now. He's like, oh, okay, all right. Well, good to meet you. I'm like, good to meet you too for the 17th time. And it was some pretty funny shit. But I thought at that point maybe he was like mentally, not all there. But ends up being he was just, I think, again, recovering meth addict or something along those lines here. I don't know for sure, but I know he's a heavy, heavy alcoholic. And man, the shit we've had since then, they were shooting guns off literally right next to my house. The cops got called, of course. And, they know my wife works for the cops. So it's kind of funny because he has a lot of very questionable people going in and out and around next door. And I'm always like, man, you guys fuck with my shit. The cops are going to be the last goddamn problem you have. I fucking promise. Seriously? And they've not really fucked with our shit, so that's good. But I do not fuck around when it comes to my shit. Period. Oh, shit. Fuck you, you fucking piece of fuck. I mean, my wife works for the cops, but the cops are like the last person we generally call. I'll handle it then, when it's all after that, if the cops need to be called, okay. But until then, nah, it's like, what the fuck's happening? Let's just see what's going on and take care of it. I'm a civil man. Don't get me wrong. I'll give it a chance to be taken care of, but I don't fuck around with shit. I don't know who the fuck people are, what they're capable of doing, what they're there for, and what their intentions are, especially if they're all hyped up on something. And his girlfriend is known, she's tweaked out of her fucking head. Tweaked out of her fucking head. Geetered out of her mind. Oh my God. She thought I was her brother for the longest time. And I was like, no, I'm not your brother. And she's like, oh. You look just like my brother. And I'm all, that took way longer than it should have for you to process, but all right. That was an awkward first real encounter with her. Interesting. And, she's known well in our town. Known very well in our town, let's just say. And, yeah. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to be a douchebag and be like, fuck them. I have no sympathy for people like that. But I don't have sympathy for people, period. So, I mean, if you're going to fuck up your life and do drugs to the point where your brain's burnt the fuck out, I mean, that's nothing people need to give you sympathy for. That's your own fucking decision. That was your decision. And yeah, people might argue me and go, oh, no, it's an addiction. It's a problem. It's a this or that. But, here's the deal. Sure, it's an addiction. Sure, it's a problem. Sure, it may be out of their control at that point. But the problem with that logic is this. At one time in their life, it was not a problem. It was not an addiction. It was not an issue. They decided, hey, let me try this. They decided, hey, let me do drugs. Yeah, Robbie, exactly. So the thing about it is you have to take personal responsibility in your own actions for a lot. And if you're going to become a heavy-duty drug addict, You started the process. Whether you gave into peer pressure, whether you just did it because you were bored, whether you did it for whatever reason, generally speaking, you made the decisions. Now, there's some occasional exceptions. You were raised in a very abusive household and forced to take drugs. Okay. You were sold on the black market and they had to keep you drugged up. All right. Those are exceptions. Majority speaking, though, the people who have drug addictions, etc., were people that made those decisions. Hi, a beautiful painting. Oh, you're telling my painting, hi, beautiful? Yeah. Hi, beautiful painting. How you doing? What's a good-looking painting like you doing in a place like this? Hey, painting, what's your number, girl? What's up? What's up, painting? I'm just kidding. And thanks. I guess I got on a weird rant about personal responsibility in life because my crackhead neighbors. But, it sucks that the dude's brains burnt the fuck to a crisp. Sucks that his chick's brains burnt to a fucking crisp. But I can't have sympathy for that. I just can't. It sounds like I'm being a douchebag. Sure, maybe. But they made the decision to go down that path a long time ago. And that's their life now. So it's nobody's fault but their own. That sucks. And, people can rant and rave all day about, oh, well, they just need some help. Oh, they just need the right guidance. Oh, they need this, they need that. As with anything, and anybody out there could tell you, I'm sure, you're not going to get the help unless you are ready for the help. And that's what sucks. Had a good buddy of mine. Hell, I've had a few buddies of mine lost to drugs. And for the longest time, one really good friend of mine, oh, I hope you're a YouTuber because those paintings and chatting streams are really interesting and unique. Here's the funny part. I am on YouTube, but I would not say I'm a YouTuber. I have a handful of people who give a shit, and nobody else gives a fuck about my YouTubes. And actually, I do movie reviews. I do how-tos. I do all sorts of things, man. Like, it's ridiculous. Just, I do all kinds of shit. And nobody gives a fuck about my YouTube or anything I do. So I'm like, fuck everybody. Fuck social media. It just never liked me. Ever. For any reason. And yet you have all these YouTube creators out there that are like, watch me play this video game. I saw a video game play. This is a YouTuber and streamer for Twitch and things. And this was exactly what they did. I can't remember the video game. It might have been Fortnite. But it was something like that. And this is how exciting. And this is how exciting they were. Okay? Oh, yes. That was as exciting as their channel got. Any video while you're watching them play a fucking video game. Couple of million subscribers. 500,000 views on just the video I was watching. 250,000 live views per stream every single time. And the most exciting it got was, I do reviews. Oh, really? Huh. Look up God in a Machine. Like, add me or click me or whatever. And I'll click or follow me or, do the thing and I'll do the thing back. Sub me and I'll sub you back. I know that's not how it works. Sub for sub, bro. But, yeah, I wouldn't mind. Because God knows, apparently, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. You kids and your new technologies. Back in my day, we just hit rocks and sticks together and we enjoyed watching it. Everybody would come around and everybody would all could bang some sticks together. It was the best. Nowadays, with you kids and your YouTubes and your Twitches and your TikToks. All right, what do I want to do? You know, should I do it like, I don't know. Oh, anyway, crackheads. Don't be a crackhead, people. Drugs are bad. I know they're legalizing like everything in. They legalized everything in one of our states here in the U.S. Not Colorado. It was like weird, like Cincinnati or fucking Columbine, or I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying anymore. I think I had a C though. But they literally just they said, okay, all drugs are legal now. Like the fuck? You know, I just feel like being on a coke binge today. All right, whoa! At least you get something done. I'll be your sub if you'll be mine. You know, Robbie, I'm not sure if you're talking about YouTube anymore. Well, thank you. I highly appreciate that. Yeah, God in a Machine. Just YouTube / God in a Machine. You know, because that's the band's name, and I'm now using the band's channel for my own personal self-delusions of grandeur to be a YouTuber. But yeah, you know, I'm actually going to start doing a rant thing in the near future. I got a couple of buddies of mine. Let me preface this with one of our oldest here. The oldest female of the household is very cancel culture. We'll just call them that. And Oregon, maybe that's the ones that did it. They totally don't start with a C. So I'm going to call them Corrigan from now on. So I'm not wrong because I'm never wrong. So it's Corrigan, Robbie. Get it right. You missaid the name of Corrigan. Anyway, so she's very PC culture. You know, the world's gone to shit, but, you know, all that kind of stuff. And I'm trying to explain to her that social media is kind of brainwashing everybody into believing the world's worse off than it is, in the sense of, yes, there is social injustice. Yes, there is racial injustice. Yes, there is sexist injustice in the world. I don't know what you'd call that, but there's a whole bunch of shit going on right now that's bad. But there's a lot of majority of people that don't really give a fuck. Yeah. Like a lot of people who are black and a lot of people who are white, a lot of people who are brown, a lot of people who are multicolored of every sort, shapes, and size, kind of don't give a fuck as long as you just treat each other with respect. They're not walking around, you know, being hateful people to each other. They just walk around not giving a shit. But she's like, no, white people are terrible. And oh my God, you know, white people are the worst people. White people are so stupid. They're the dumbest people ever. And I'm all, you know, you're fucking white, right? I'm all, you're dumb for saying that, yes, but no, white people aren't the dumbest people ever. And she's like, oh, what is that? That's racist. Are you saying black people are dumb? I'm like, no, what you're saying is dumb. And that's the problem. People say dumb shit. People do dumb shit. People of all color do this shit. It's not white people are so dumb. That's what the media is projecting right now. You know, you'll see that a lot. And that's racist bullshit. Racism is racism, no matter which side it's from, which side it's going to. So what I decided to do is invite a couple of friends of mine over, and we're setting it up right now, to talk about racism, to clear the air to her in person, because she doesn't really talk to anybody. She just goes on social media and looks at it all and says, oh, this is how the world really is. Well, my friends happen to be gentlemen of color. And I was like, listen, you know, I was like, this isn't how the world really works. You know, this is what we're being pushed a lot, to be very separated in the world, you know, like keep everybody kind of separated and bullshit. I was all, my friends are literally not white people. Gasp. And they and I get along. Gasp, because we treat each other with respect. gas. I was like, I'm going to bring them over here and we're all going to have a chat. And I was like, so you can actually see what people really do give a shit are like. And it's just funny because in that she's going to be very, I think, questionable as to what the fuck's going on. She's like, what? You guys all do get along? This is crazy. Versus, you know, what, again, the media is really pushing. But I'm going to film it, you know. That is a for certain. I'm going to definitely film it. Because I want to open dialogue publicly. And I got another idea here really quick. But I want to open dialogue publicly about what's going on in the media and in everything else. And my two buddies there, whose names I will not mention because I don't know if they want them mentioned publicly or not. So, but we talk about this stuff all the time in the gym. Well, before our gym closed again just recently for the COVID thing. But we do chat about it. One of them is a black gentleman. One of them is a brown gentleman. And we make jokes all the time about racism. And hell, we make racist jokes with each other, you know? And we talk about how racism, it's more about intent, not racism. The racism is not about intent. Obviously, the intent of racism is to be a douchebag. So I wasn't meaning like that. Shit, I don't know how I want to pull off what I'm thinking about trying to pull off here. But I mean, the intent of like jokes and stuff. Hopefully she'll learn something. I hope so. That, you know, this divide that has been created is unnecessary and is being pushed. It is being pushed by media. I don't give a fuck what anybody else says saying, oh no, there really is a divide. No shit, there really is a divide. But that divide is pushed. That divide is created for a fucking reason. Like, there is no, okay, back in 2012, okay, the N-word, the classically scary N-word, you know, with an A, not with an ER, but the A, was a word of endearment. It was saying, hey, what's up to your buddies, your home slices, right? I used to have a gym buddy of mine who was a black dude. Well, he was mixed. He was half black, half white. And, but, you know, that's how we referred to each other, you know? And he said it was totally cool and stuff, you know? So, because he called me that. Hey, you my, you know, in word, hey, what's up? And so we use the N-word with an A as a term of endearment because he called me that. Hey, use my N-word. And I was like, can I say that? I'm white. And that was my joke at first, you know. At first, back in 2012, it was a joke. I was kidding, you know. Like, and he was like, I don't know, man. It's cool, bro. It's cool, you know. And he's like, as long as it ain't with the ER, you know. And I was like, okay, all right. I don't know how that works, you know. But a couple of years later, when the racism thing started getting real shitty, it really became a real question, you know. The real question of, can I say that? You know, oh shit. Because, I don't know. Then no, you can't say it. Became no, you're white. You can't say that word. Not even as a word of endearment. Not even as a friend word. Not even if your black friend calls you that. You can't call them back. You can't be like, oh yeah, you my N-word with an A, you know, even to say you're my friend, you're my homie. The word no longer meant that again. The word meant, if you're white, it meant bad things. If you're black, it still meant word of endearment. And it was weird. Because where I was raised, how I was raised, intent meant everything. And even in that, like, if you're calling somebody a word of happy stuff, like, that was your word between you guys' you know, friendship, there shouldn't have been a problem. But the rest of the world is a problem. So I'm trying to explain that to our oldest. And she's, you know, she's like 16 now, by the way. And she's like, no, the N-word. And I'm all, yeah, but the N-word used to not B, like the ER was bad, always has been bad. But the N with the A, at the end was like, hey bro, what's up? And you'd always come up to each other like, what's up, homie? Yeah, what's up, bro? And hug each other, and we were friends. It was never an evil one. So the intentions behind the two different words was obvious. You say it with a hard R, the ER, you knew the intention was racist. You said it with an A, you knew the intention was friendly. Huge, significant difference. I mean, cemented in knowledge. Yet for some weird reason, a few years later, 2015, it started really changing heavily. And then now there's no difference. That intention, if you're white, is hard over here for some weird reason. And that's inaccurate. That's incorrect completely. And for somebody like me who grew up, having black friends and being able to say, hey, use my, home slice, you're my homie, and that stuff like that in that sense, just as a cultural acceptance, as a friend thing. Yeah, you remember being that way, Black Mitch. And that's his name, Black Mitch, because there was two Mitches. There was White Mitch and Black Mitch because they were both Mitches, and that's how we knew them because they were always around each other. So when we'd be talking about Mitch, it'd be like, wait, which Mitch? Oh, White Mitch or Black Mitch? Oh, I'm talking about White Mitch. Okay. And it was never a racist thing. That was never a racist thing with them. It was literally always, man, that kind of looks like a forest. If I didn't have a fucking creative plan in mind for this, I would totally be doing something different with it right now. Damn it. But that's it, the two Mitches, a tale of two Mitches. Good couple of guys. I still talk to them once in a while. I know White Mitch, him and his girl or whatever, or they chime in quite a bit. I haven't seen Black Mitch in a while. Black Mitch I see him in person every great once in a while. I'll run into him and we'll hang out for a second and bullshit and catch up. But I haven't heard from him online or anything in forever. So I don't know. Anyway, but that's just the thing, is where we're at in society now. This racism thing is fucking mind-blowingly stupid. There's racial injustice, granted, yes. But there's injustice, period. That's the problem. And we concentrate on the racist aspects of it. And we throw out facts. We throw away numbers. We don't give a shit about, well, how many white people were killed? It doesn't matter. This one black dude. Well, how many, black cops killed a guy? It doesn't matter. This white cop. And we focus on that stuff. Tragedies are tragedies. Bob Ross up in here with your happy little trees. Fuck you, man. This is a fucked up forest full of death and destruction. Anyway. But, that's the whole thing, is we've got to unify the bullshit again and fuck the media. We got to fuck up this social media divide that is put in place to keep us apart. And so many of us know that, and so many of us ignore the bullshit. And that's great. But it seems the most ignorant motherfuckers are the loudest. And that's what fucking kills me. Because then those loud motherfuckers are very, very looked up to by our kids. Probably get called racist for calling him Black Mitch today. Oh, abso-fucking-lutely, dude. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, that wasn't a racist thing. That's how we remembered or knew which Mitch we were talking about. And back then, and the two Mitches were completely like, that's how they knew each other, it was like, I mean, that's not how they knew each other. They knew each other as, you're not me, Mitch. So when they were talking to each other, I imagine they knew who was the white Mitch and who was the black Mitch. But yeah, like now if you said, oh, well, you mean Black Mitch? Well, that's fucking racist. Well, no, because there's a white Mitch and a black Mitch. Yeah, but why would you specifically call him Black Mitch? Because he's black and that one's white? Well, what do you call white Mitch? Do you call him White Mitch? Yes, we literally call him White Mitch or Black Mitch? He's not just called Mitch and then Black Mitch. No, no, no. That's literally White Mitch. That's Black Mitch. That's the thing. We didn't differentiate between the two because of race. Like, we didn't say, oh, well, that's regular Mitch and that's Black Mitch. We weren't doing that shit. We said that's White Mitch, Black Mitch. That's how we knew them apart. So there was never a question of racism in that at all, you know? So now, though, yeah, Robbie, you're right. There probably would be a huge uproar. In fact, from this video, maybe cancel culture will come for me. I hope so, because then I'll get some attention. And people will be like, oh, hey, who's this asshole? Let's cancel him. Cancel me from what? My, handful of friends that actually give a fuck enough to watch me? I mean, fuck. I will say what I say loudly and proudly, and I'll never apologize for it. Because I don't say anything that I'm ashamed of. I don't say anything that I ever think I should go back on. I speak my opinions and my thoughts, and I think everybody should, honestly. Because if we all did, then there'd be a lot less confusion, misunderstandings, and miscommunications in the world. And this racist media bullshit would be gone because a lot more honest people would be coming out and saying, yeah, they kind of coaxed me into saying this, or they kind of persuaded me, they kind of had this double-edged question. Because there's a lot of videos out there on YouTube and shit where they're talking about, what do you think of when we say the word white? And it's all black people, and it's very anti-white people video where they're like, I think privilege. I think, racism. I think, terrible people. I think, and it's just like, all right, we get it. You went out, you found a group of people that, specifically hated white people to get them to say a bunch of stuff like that. When you said, what do you think of when I say the word white? To make your video popular because that shit gets clicks. And I do get that, I do understand why they would do that. Because everybody needs clicks, right? That's our culture. That's our whole culture, huh? We're all about the attention. Shit, I want it. Hey, you want it. That's what we do, That's how we're supposed to be, right? Pay attention to me, look at me, huh? And sadly, that is the bigger problem. And not many people think about this either. These people, right, that are against racism, this is what's getting me. All these people out there who are against racism, right? And they're making all these videos that are talking about, oh, well, racism this, racism that. What solutions do they offer? None. Hey, Amanda, what is up? So these people who are, and Jeremy also, what's up? But these people who are offering, or who are talking about racism, what solutions do they offer to fix the problem? None. And here's why. Because their channels are making millions of views and clicks and shares and blah, 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 blah. Because they're concentrating on the negative bullshit, which gets drama churning and all that shit there. So in that, they're getting revenue from the social media sites. Why the fuck would they want to fix it? Why the fuck would these businesses who make money off the clicks from the drama, the clicks from the horrendous events, the news doesn't report on terrible things because they want you to be informed. They report on terrible things because it gets them money. It gets them ad revenue. It gets them all this other attention and bullshit. That's it. These people aren't doing it for your benefit. They're doing it for their pocketbooks. That's the shitty part about all these woke ass fucking, well, we're all about making, getting attention to the important things. No, you're fucking not. You're about getting attention to your pocketbooks. Because if they really cared about racism in today's society, if they really cared about the problems of today's society, where the fuck are the solutions? Where the fuck is the conversations with these people, about what we can do to bridge gaps? If they're promoting all this racist shit. And they're like, oh, well, racism is running rampant and look at all these problems. And they're creating this bigger divide. Of course, their market gets bigger. Their productions continue. Their news source never runs out because they're creating it. And everybody loves the drama. Everybody loves the action. Everybody loves the scenes because it's like a car wreck. You don't want to look away from it. You just drive by and you stare at it and go, can I see a dead body today? Oh, that's the problem. So, of course, they're not going to give you the options saying, hey, how can we fix this, guys? Let's open a dialogue. Let's talk. Let's get the communities together. Let's get the people to bridge together. Boom. You know? And create some form of a problem solution. No, because if they did that, they would be out of a job. If they did that, they would be out of content, and they wouldn't get all the likes, and they wouldn't get all the clicks and the shares, and they wouldn't get the money from YouTube and the money from fucking Vimeo and the money from, I don't know, TikTok maybe, because TikTok's now a big fucking ad revenue thing. But all these social issues, racism, homophobia, transphobia is simple to handle. Just don't be a dick. And that's what I say. Respect. That's it. You know, and that's the one thing I was telling, you know, our oldest there is I was all, racism doesn't have to be a fucking thing. You know, just be fucking respectful. Like I said, my two buddies at the gym that I work out with, you know, they're great guys. And we talk about this racism shit all the goddamn time. And again, one of them's a black dude, one of them's a brown dude, you know, so, and I'm a white dude. So, hey, you know, we all kind of have our positions on it. You know, why are you fucking got water up in your business constantly, you big ding dong? I thought I got rid of all of it. Huh. Anyway, and that was it. We simply said, you know, there's not a problem except for when you make it. Racism isn't a thing if you just respect people, if you just respect each other, if you just, you know, even if you don't give a shit about the person, even if you don't know them, you know, just, why would you be a douchebag? Why would you start shit? You know? Now that's to argue that there's a bunch of people who are raised that way. So it's kind of not their fault. And that's true because on a nature nurture aspect, if you're raised in an abusive or a racist household, in your mind, you wouldn't see anything wrong with it. So in your own head, you wouldn't feel like you were doing anything incorrect because, oh, well, dad always said this. Dad always said that. I want to be like my dad, blah, 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 blah. And then you can catch on, you know, you would be more likely to fall into line with more of like the racist sides of things and follow suit. I got a buddy here I went to school with, a black dude, and me and him chat once in a while, you know, just catch up. We don't really see each other since school and stuff, but my son and I were walking, and he actually just lives just down, way down there. I didn't even know. We were walking back from our walk. We used to walk a couple of miles, and pre-hernia surgery. And he stopped me, and he was like, "Oh, hey, Eric, what is up?" And I was like, "Oh my God, dude, what's up?" And we caught up, spent about an hour just sitting there bullshitting. And we reminisced about how back in the day, you know, you could go out and not even worry about being kidnapped or nothing. And, you know, your mom, you did something fucking stupid. Somebody else's mom would whoop your ass. And then go home and tell your mom and they'd whoop your ass, you know, like back in the day. And my son was like, man, the 90s was the coolest time ever, wasn't it? I was like, yes, it fucking was. But I forgot what I was talking about. Dang. Oh, he was talking about his uncle is the most racist motherfucker. He's like, my uncle is the most racist motherfucker ever. He hates white people. Like, hates white people. And I'm all, well, that sucks, man, because racism is racism on all sides, you know? It really is. And that's what a lot of people don't get. A lot of people don't. My wife, for instance, says, black people can't be racist. That's bullshit. Anybody can be racist. Racism is, and she's talking about systemic racism. and regular racism, which are two totally different things. Although, yes, systemic racism stems from regular racism. I get that. Blah, 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 blah. And what's up, Braden? But my wife says, oh, well, black people can't be racist because they don't have the power. So that's fucking wrong. They can still be racist. You know, hating somebody for their race, hating somebody for the color of their skin, that is racism. Having the power to do something about it, that is systemic racism. That is the fucking difference. Couldn't get away with nothing, especially in Yale, where I grew up. What do you mean you couldn't get away with nothing? I'm not sure what that meant exactly. But as far as it goes, you know, my wife and I have this argument all the time about systemic racism versus regular. Nice work. Oh, thanks, Charles. It's coming along. But as far as it goes, no, where'd my other brush go? Are you up here? Maybe. Hello, brushes? Brushes! I dropped my brushes last night, so it's been very annoying. But racism, okay, yeah, we're good. Yeah, let me put these back in too. But the racism thing with my wife, where she says, oh, black people can't be racist. It's interesting because, again, the black gentleman who is my friend at the gym that I work out with, who's going to come over and do the commentary with me. We'll do a live commentary too. So because I want people to tune in and be able to put their 2 cents in and kind of do all that stuff. They can be racist on an institutional level, but on a personal level, or they can't be racist on an institutional level, but on a personal level, absolutely. Correct. And that's what I was saying. You know, and actually even on an institutional level, they can be, because if you haven't noticed, and this is what it is, but there are black only businesses. Wait, that is not racist. That is fine. But there are some that will pretty much deny business to you if you're white, specifically. Now, that sounds a little bit like back in the 1920s and shit, when it said no blacks allowed on businesses, and they would deny you business because you were black. And that was a big part of the racism back then. You say tomato, I say tomato. You know, I mean, that's kind of where that's at. So it's interesting because even now it's becoming that way. And it seems like instead of an equality thing, it's more of like a revenge thing. And I'm sure that I'm going to get attacked for that commentary. But it's weird because that's not what we should all be fighting for. You know, I understand there's a lot of dickbags out there, but noodles. But letting 1 or 2 dickbags fuck it up for everybody is a terrible thing. That's just as bad. Because when you let one person dictate your idea of an entire group of people, A, you're weak. You're weak-minded. B, you're so closed off, it's pathetic and sad. And C, it just shuts down everything. Like, it doesn't even make sense. If you encounter one person, you can't use that as a way to judge an entire group of people. You have to have a few more people to fucking figure it out. You know, you need to have a few more people to figure it out. Case studies aren't done with literally one person and they go, okay, well, this one person dictates everything, you know? The whole racism thing right now is fucking ridiculous. There is social injustices and racial injustices and, you know, all that kind of shit going on right now. And it's terrible for the world around us. It's terrible for the mental health of everybody, including and especially our young, because they're growing up in a world where the social media is pushing this huge divide between everybody of color, everybody of sexuality, everybody of everything. And us older people, we get it. We don't give a shit. We're cool with each other. We respect each other. Not everybody, but most of us were like, it's cool, bro. It's all right, whatever. We get it. But these kids are just like bombarded with this information and they're being brainwashed, and they're going to grow up the next generation. And they're not going to understand when we tell them it's fucking bullshit because we're old and we're out of touch and you don't understand technology, which is bullshit. Because we technically have been here since that technology came popping up. And we're not like our parents or our grandparents where technology took 30 years to evolve and there's that huge gap. Technology has evolved so fast in the past 10 years, the past 15 years, that us parents are just as connected to the technology of current as these kids are. Fact. So we're not like, I don't understand how to use a cell phone. We're just as connected as they are. So we're just up to the line as they are. It's no longer, well, my parents are too old. They don't understand. You can't say that anymore because it's not accurate now. And that is a huge difference. We've never in history been to that point, before. Before now, it's always been older people are out of touch. And that's been pretty accurate. Everything is a pendulum. In attempt to correct injustices of the past, I think we swing too far the other way. 100% people apologizing for being white and shit. 100%. I will never apologize for being white because just like black people don't need to be treated differently for being black. It's not their fault for being black, and it shouldn't be considered a fault for being black. You know what I mean? Like, that's dumb to even think. So it's like, why would you say I'm sorry for being white? White guilt is dumb as fuck. I shouldn't be apologizing for shit that not even my ancestors didn't do. Which I know you're like, oh, you're white. Yeah, well, my white ancestors weren't here during that time, let's say. They were busy doing a lot of baking. Yeah. Anyway, I might have to apologize to some other people. But as far as it goes, that's it. Like, why would you apologize for being white? Oh, I'm sorry that I was born this way. Well, isn't that exactly the whole fucking one of the bigger problems anyway? Like, aren't we treating black people, not we, but, isn't that the concept is we're treating black people differently because they're born with different skin tones, but we have to apologize because of different skin tones? Shit like that is just piling on to the fucking problem. And if you just take that shit away, we can get to the fucking core of the problem and say, oh, let's just patch this fucking thing up. Problem solved. But once again, it has nothing to do with solving the problem. None of this does. They just want to cover it up with more and more stupid shit, more and more problems, more and more garbage, so you'll never be able to get to fixing the problem, because if you fix the problem is fucking solved, and then nothing makes them money. Nothing gets the attention. There's no more content. There's no more issues. There's no more bullshit. And then we as a fucking group people, a unified group of fucking people, can look up at all the rich motherfuckers that cause all this fucking problems to begin with, and we can say, you know what? I don't think it was the white people's fault. I don't think it was, the Egyptian people's fault or their fault. I think it was just assholes' faults, for selling slaves, for conquering planets, for conquering planets. I swear I'm from Earth. Please do not question. But you're going to sit there and go, it's not their faults, okay? It's the rich motherfuckers' faults because they were greedy and they wanted more Earth. They wanted more plots. They wanted more places. They wanted more people. They wanted more stuff. Fuck you guys up there. And then we're going to march up the fucking mountainside and topple Mount Olympus with all the fucking gods and their magic fucking voodoo shit of, well, we got money, we own you. Really? Because that's a thought you guys used to have too. But the only way we can get up there is if we dig through the bullshit down there and we fucking patch up our fucking foundation so we can stand strong together and then march our asses up there and topple the fucking kingdom. That's it. But until we can fucking do this together, They're in control. And as long as they keep the fucking peace between us, spread the fuck apart with this social media bullshit and all the lies and all the continued fighting and garbage that they throw in our faces, and we believe every goddamn day, and they keep us distracted with the joke of a presidency that we have all the time, the fighting there and the fighting with diseases and the fighting with scare tactics and the fighting with as long as they keep us so goddamn, we're ants in a panic. And as long as they keep the ants panicked, we're never going to fucking see the grasshoppers that are fucking conquering us. Just like that one fucking movie that, I don't know, Disney or Pixar did. That's really what it is. And until we can unite and fucking take them down, this is our lives. This is it forever. That's it. White, black, Asian, it doesn't matter. Who, what, nothing. Male, female, anything and everything in between and outside of, it doesn't matter. This is our fucking lives. Because we can't unify. And they know that. That's it. Now, can I fucking paint? Or do I have to keep yelling and ranting? Because I'm angry. I'm an angry white man. I can't be an angry white man because I'm white. I don't have anything angry to be about, right? Oh, start again. I'm late. Oh, I've been on a rant, dude, about racism and shit all day. It's I can't start again. It's too much. I'm probably gonna choke out and die here. And but thanks for joining us. I've had people popping in and out all this time, but you just have to play it again, dude. Like we were just talking about. It didn't even start with racism. What did it start with? I think it started talking about like peanut butter sandwiches or something, dude. And are they racist? And they're not. I mean, they do use racial slurs sometimes whenever I have my back turned and I'm like, bro, that is not appropriate peanut butter sandwich. You need to get woke. And peanut butter sandwich is all like, yeah, fuck you. And then I have to fucking punch my peanut butter sandwich. And once it's unconscious, no problem. Then you can eat it. It doesn't even scream. But black ants, red ants in a jar attacking each other when the dude shaking the bottle is the enemy. Exactly. Shut up, Robbie. Quit making better analogies than me. This is me supposed to be telling people smart things so they think I'm awesome. Not you. You fuck off out of here with you and your smart people analogies. No, we're going to pretend I said that. Here, hold on. We'll start again. I'm going to delete your comment, Robbie. So it's like we're black ants and red ants in the same jar and somebody's shaking it and we're too busy fighting each other to realize the dude shaking it is the enemy. Robbie did not say that. I said that. I'm the smart one. I'm just block you and everything, Robbie. You ain't fucking smart. I'm missing somebody now. Robbie, you better not have left. I was just fucking with you, bro. Now, here's what I'm doing. I'm making a spire, a tower, a thing, and I'm not sure how I want to fucking do it, but I think I kind of got an idea. I mean, obviously, it's doing its thing here. Hey, Robbie is watching and hearing us. Yeah. Okay. What's weird is my live thing on my Facebook constantly changes wrong. It's just weird. But I don't know, man. I want to make a spire thing. The back, and then you know, maybe I will keep it like that. Kind of like it. I was also thinking originally putting either like I was thinking of flipping it upside down and putting water drips coming off of it. But then I also thought about doing like taking a straw and doing like ink splatters kind of thing, so they'd kind of web out and kind of, you know. I was thinking about doing that too. So I'm not sure how if I want to do anything like that there. But as of right now, I'm really just worried about this spire thing because I wanted it to be cool as fuck. But I'm not entirely sure how I want it to work. I'm going to make it here. All right, I'm going to call it good here. This is let's just call her the queen of ants. Oh, I was quoting Eric. That's right, 100%. He was quoting me. You guys remember that. Robbie was quoting me before I said it, from the future to the past me, saying it for him to remember to say it, to remind me to say it, because I said it and he quoted me saying it. Thank you, Robbie. And because I'm smart and I have good analogies about smart people things. That's right. Mm. But no, actually, that was a really good analogy, dude, and it made a lot of sense. So, man, I should just cut some of these things, like cut some of the edit stuff, and be like, yeah, this is you know, some of the shit that makes sense. I haven't gotten that far with these though. I just kind of post them because it's like an hour into that before that real rant that I think actually kind of made sense. I'm all just kind of bumbling through ideas and concepts, and then I'm all blah 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 rant. Now, what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to kind of make it like a meat tower, but I'm starting off with a little bit of brown, a little bit of brown town, a little bit of poop meat. Everybody has those poop meat moments where after you poop, you look at it and you go, "Oh fuck, is that part of my insides?" Shit. Looks like a Tool video from the 90s, when the poops or the meat's going through the tubes and the little guy's all, oh, and it's all dun 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 dun. That video? Yeah, it's like that, only out of your butt in the toilet, and you're like, that's not healthy. I've got to go to the doctor, like right now. And yeah, it's like that, only that's what I plan on doing here. But I haven't gotten that far yet. So I'm just kind of putting my brown in to give a little bit of a background of brown. And of course, my foreground is going to be totally different than nothing here. There's going to be people and all that before the queen. Maybe I'll name it Queen of the Ants. I might name it that, Robbie, just from our conversation today and what I planned on doing with this anyway. And so maybe I'll name it Queen of the Ants, dude. I didn't really have a name necessarily set out for it yet. So you might have helped me with the ant thing, dude. Don't worry, I won't give you credit for that either. And anybody who watches these videos, like the 3 people who might go back and rewatch them will be able to know the truth. But other than that, haha, sir. Haha, sir. Now, the thing about this tower is I don't know how I want it to look creepy and weird. I'm kind of like, man, and if you've ever seen any of my other paintings and stuff out there, a couple of people watching, I don't generally do like, oh, there's going to be like bones and arms and creepy stuff. I just kind of do like a weird, I don't know, mismatched coloration of wookity dookity stuff, and whatever comes out, comes out. And obviously this isn't going to be like the full tower. It's going to be more kind of rounded and meaty, and things will bulge out and things like that. I just am kind of getting my shapes. Because I don't even know how I want the top to go. I kind of want like, I don't know. I just don't know. I think I want one side to go up higher, and I want it to be like open topped. So it's going to be more like a crown at the top of a bunch of bricks kind of thing. That's my thought. It's only noon. The fuck? Who the fuck is here? Hang on. I heard a door slam. Waiting to hear if somebody comes in my house. Because that means it's only like 1 people. My mom. No. Okay, it might be my neighbors. Anyway. But anyway. So now that I'm done ranting about racism, Jesus Christ. I'm actually kind of not feeling good. I ate before I did the video, but kind of feeling like hot and bothered. Feeling kind of weird and kind of like woozy. So I'm not sure. I don't know. Anyway. But I also don't like this being straight on. We got to add some more little spires. I don't know what you'd call them to this whole thing. And by no means is any of this going to be straight. It's all going to be a little gay. But you know, we're going to have it kind of do this thing. And now you can probably tell why it's so important to always do your background first. Because you don't do your background first, you start doing this shit, you're not going to make those clouds do anything. You know what I mean? So, y'all. It's going to be like, well, what are you doing? I don't know. So, definitely got to do your backgrounds first. Make sure they're done to something that you enjoy. Man, that's not looking too shabby. Man, I almost don't want to destroy the background. The background kind of looks neat. Maybe I should have put more focus on making it look better than that. Damn it. Wonder if I put a little bit of a dark fogginess to it, if it would look good. Ah, well, fuck it. Oh, fuck me. That was fucking retarded, you fucking monkey. Okay, that ain't too bad. Okay. Yeah, all right, we're looking good there. I'm happy with that. That's about what I'm talking about. Where the one side will be way higher than the other one. Looking good. Looking good. I like how that's got kind of a split end. I'm going to work on that too here in a minute. All right. Now keep in mind, this whole thing was red. All reds, except for the brown. Which, if you really think about it, brown is red. Brown is red. Red is brown. Again, if you're pooping red, you should probably go to the doctor immediately. So if you ever have red-brown poop, yeah, you should just not, you should stop this video and go to the doctor. And hopefully all that turns out well. Because red-brown poop, not a good sign. Not a good sign at all. Oh, dude, when are you going to bring some of these pieces to the shop? You know, Matt, actually, I was just thinking about that. I told my wife, maybe I was talking to some of my gamer buddies about how I have to come up there. And, okay, Matt, are you still watching? Just watch for a minute. God damn it, man. My idea was this. I do need to come up there hard fucking core. And actually, I was in Stillwater just a couple of days ago, but it was on a short time schedule. Unfortunately, it's for a doctor's appointment and things. But I want to bring some stuff up, get some empty walls that could use your touch. Thanks. I want to bring some up, and I want to talk to you about possibly, just for fun, and just to maybe, dude, you get so much attention though. You're popping, bro. I've watched, you know, everybody's talking about you. Everybody's, you know, your business is popping. So, you know, good job. Definitely good job, man. But I didn't have doubt that it wouldn't. It's you. So, oh, sorry, my hand's becoming a zombie hand here, and I'm peeling off my flesh. But, dude, I definitely want to bring up some stuff. I'm going to bring up, I have some framed that I'll probably bring up so they can hang proper. Anyway, I was going to see if you would be down for doing any kind of like live painting classes at some point there, just for fun. I don't paint normal. I know you haven't really watched much, but painting tends to be more of an outlet for me. And when people go, "Hey, teach me how to paint," I say, "I won't teach you how to paint. I'll teach you how to create." And it gets interesting. But I thought if you'd ever be down for that, I would like to do that and hopefully introduce a few people to some creativity. And by that I mean creativity. But until then, and I don't think he's watching now. Fucking internet. Fuck you, internet. You're a piece of garbage. And you know, this isn't exactly what I was going to go for, but this isn't bad. I can deal with this being it. And again, it's all how you feel, what comes out, you know? And I wanted something in my soul, in my creative existence. It just felt like some form of a castle, some form of a tower, some form of a pedestal to present this being that holds sway over all. You know, the controller, the focus point. And so the tower is irrelevant, so to speak. And in the creative vision itself, it was never specified what it should look like. So the logical mind thought originally like a pristine white marble tower. But as I created this, you know, my brain, my logic said, you can't do that. You can't do that. Now, normally, I would totally do that just to fuck with shit. But I'm trying to merge and again marry my mind and my soul together to give birth to our infantile creativity here, our painting, together to build something beautiful together versus fighting each other and bastardizing the art. That's really fucking hard. But if you do that, if you can merge your internal turmoil together and not fight for once, the family unit becomes so much better and you can create something so much better than some of the shit I've produced. Fuck. Good Lord. There's that one I tried. I think it was the second painting I did when doing this. And God, it was terrible. I gave up. I painted over it. I don't even remember what I painted over it to do. I tried something else. It's somewhere. But fuck me, that was trash. Ugh. Trash. It almost went in the trash. I was so disappointed in myself. I was like, oh my God, just fucking shoot me in my mouth with a dick. And so I want one to go. No. I want one. I need two more. I need another one. No, I don't. You don't. You don't. I need, okay. You're at bad angles, man. You're both at bad angles. Okay. Ugh. Sometimes making decisions is hard. And you don't have to make decisions. You just do things and hope for the best. And when they don't come out proper, you just get mad and punch things with your face. Now, these are terrible because these two can't be the same. These two can't be the same size or even close to it. This one needs to be longer, but that one needs to be longer. So you just kind of go pink, pink, pink. It needs to be like a staircase. Like if you were falling down a staircase and you were like, oh God, I can't break my spine or I'll fucking be paralyzed forever in a wheelchair. That would suck. This is the kind of thing you want to avoid. And this is the kind of thing it would look like. Okay. Terrible idea. Huh. I'm glad everybody keeps popping in after like the conversation of craziness that we had earlier. So we're going to have to bring you up even more. No biggie. But see, the other one now looks too short. I wanted it up real high. So I may go ahead and bring it all the way the fuck up here. Like that. But see, now it's starting to look silly. I fucked it up. I fucked it up. I fucked it up. Okay, look at this. Now it's garbage. Okay, such a simple mistake because it needed to be higher, lower, lower. And now look at it. Now it's fucking garbage because now that looks ridiculous. It looks comedic at best. Doesn't even fucking make sense. If it would have been curvatured out, it should have been out. They should have been out. Fuck. 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 They should have been out. They should have been curved out. They should have been out, not straight up. The straight up's what fucked it up. Straight up was fine when they were small, but they should have been out. They should have been like this. Fuck. 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 God damn it. Everything was going fine. Fuck you. Fuck. Oh, God damn it. Okay. All right. No, you didn't. Yes, I did. And all right. All right. All right. Fine. 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 Okay. You don't notice that you fuck up until after you fuck up. And then you go, oh, I fucked that up. And then you go, well, how did I fuck that up? And then you realize, oh, Jesus Christ, everything I've done up until this point. Can you cover it with clouds? No, no, you can't. Here's the deal. And I know you don't think it's fucked up. And it's not necessarily like a fuck up. It's more of you realize way after the fact, oh fuck, I should have done this differently. But the thing is just before you popped on, this one was shorter. This one was longer. This one was like up here. This one was down here. And then I made this one about the same length. And you can't have that because this was supposed to be bang, 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 right? To give it that different, I don't know, whatever. What happened was this. I then had to make this one a little bit longer, and then this one was too short, so I made it a little bit longer. But the problem was they're both so straight up that it just looks wrong. The reason why you do the background first, future reference, the reason why you do the background first is so when you do the foreground, and you can't fuck up the foreground, is so that the background is done and you don't have to worry about it. Because generally speaking, if you try to fix the background, like I could powder over it and redo it, but then the problem is this, right here will look different where you just try to fix it. It will look different because it'll be too much pink or not enough pink or a different kind of pink. And then you have to basically do the whole thing over again just to make sure that it blends together. So yeah, it's doable, but do you really want to take that much time? Nah, I'm lazy. So I'll just make the fuck up so fucked up that it's not fucked up anymore because that's what I do. But my thought was I should have made these come more out, more like pinchers on a on like a like a bug, like a of some sort, to give it more of a bizarre feeling. And in fact, I could still do something along those lines with, and it's not a tree, it's meat. It's just not gotten that far yet. It may look like a tree, but it's not going to be. It's going to be meat holding a queen, so to speak, of the ants. Eric, I'm listening and watching you while I make a cigar box guitar. You just needed to know. Continue. Okay. So you're making it out of a real cigar box? That's the question. So now I'm just contemplating what is left. And just right here, I want to put the painting kick-ass. Thank you. I just want to, I'm going to make another little one here because she's going to be standing within this range. Just right here kind of thing. She may be even a part of the meat citadel, the meat spire. I don't know. That's not up for me to decide. But that's for the painting to decide and me to just follow suit. But then oh, neat. So your grandpa had many. So yeah, I've heard of cigar box guitars before, and have seen a couple of weird ones here and there made. Not in person. I've seen like pictures and things. So like Bigfoot, I knew they were real, but they were always blurry and fuzzy and in their natural habitat off in the distance running through the forest. So I was like, I don't know about that. I just don't know. That might be faked. But apparently they're real. You can back me up on that now. So, hey, all right. I can back you up on that, whichever now. I guess I can say, hey, I know a guy who actually makes Bigfoot and or cigar box guitars, whichever. And yeah, neat. So I suppose you'll probably post something about playing it, right? Yes, and then you'll tag me in it so I can be like, oh. Boop, boop. Now, I'm not even going to worry about that right now. Because if anything, I might, oh, goddamn hair. Because if anything, I might add like a little curvature here. But unfortunately, that curvature, if I add a curvature here, because I want it to be as basic and as simple as possible. But if I add a curvature here, it'll kind of conflict with this. It'll add like too much. It'll look too much, I want it to be basic. I want it to be simple. I want it to not have like, it's not supposed to be a plant. It's not supposed to have a bunch of twigs and sticks and leaves and bullshit. It's just supposed to be this weird meat tower. And so, which I will get to the meat making here later. And then I'm going to put all of her subjects down here. And originally they were going to be back here. This is all going to be her subjects. I'm really starting to enjoy this background looking more like kind of a weird foresty thing. And I may attempt something along those lines. I might try it here in a minute. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. So, between my fucking rants and me never getting any paintings actually fucking done, it seems, I just need to speed this shit up. Take out my couple of hours every day and just be like, all right, here, we speed it up to 10 minutes of just me actually doing the painting. So then it looks like I can actually paint. Like, and it'll be like, ends up being all my paintings are done in like 20 minutes if I just shut the fuck up. That's what would happen. It'd be like, oh, like, Jesus, he could have done that in 20 minutes if he wouldn't have been on a rant about baby diapers today. Like, really? Oh, no, I put fucking water on it. Oh, no, you fucking idiot. What the fuck was that? Oh, fuck. Okay. When you drop water on a painting that's already done, it will absorb paint and redistribute the coloration thereof. So you'll actually have water drop coloration droplets. It's a cool effect if you want it. If you don't want it, it'll fuck shit up. Okay, let's make that clear. So when I said, oops, I dropped water on it, I had to immediately get that water taken care of because, I didn't want it to fuck it up. I may experiment with that later because, I do that. Oh, fuck me. Okay, you see, I changed my mind because originally, if you recall, I said I was going to use my palette knives to do all this. And here I am using a fucking brush. I don't use palette knives. And I kept forgetting I have palette knives. And now I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to make this into a meat tower. Well, I can't really use palette knives to make a meat tower, can I? Because it would just kind of scrape it up and make it all weird. But that was when I was thinking about making it more like an actual marble tower. Well, fuck. My whole point on this was I was going to use a neat little palette knife to do it. And be all, look at me and my neat new method. And I'm fancy and blah, 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 blah. Fuck that. Well, I guess I ain't going to use the fucking palette knives. Fucking palette knives. All right. My trusty brush. And I'm going to put, like I said, I'm going to put her here. And then I'm going to put some more little meat spikes here. Kind of like a rail, if you will. That's my plan. That's my plan. Now, a long time ago, I love to tell this story. And one day I hope Miss Henderson's watching. She won't ever because she doesn't give a shit. But my art teacher, who hated me, and I yet tell people that she loved me, but great woman, Miss Henderson, also Miss MJ, and all kinds of other nicknames and stuff. Awesome, awesome lady. Very angry lady. Kids these days think she's a super mega bitch. She was very strict, very stern, you know. But she was an awesome woman, awesome teacher. Stood up for me a few times when I didn't expect her to, when other people wouldn't. But she always told me never leave a pure white space on any of your paintings. So now every single one of my paintings has a pure white spot. It doesn't matter if it has to be like pure white teeth that look unfinished or whatever. I always make sure I put something pure white on the painting because I'm not supposed to. So I'm going to make the princess's or the queen's face a pure white, which won't make any goddamn sense. And that's fine because it's supposed to not. It's art. It's... Every decision you make has consequences, people. Every fucking moment of your life is a split instance in dimensional fucking possibilities, man. You make a decision one way, and it splits. It divides into two moments in time, space, where you did and you didn't. You did and you didn't. You did and you didn't. And how that changes your fucking life could be exponentially positive or negative. This moment right here, to paint this a certain way, I could fucking die because of it. I could. So I got to make it perfect. Everything has to be perfect. Because if it's not, then what's the fucking point of anything? But what is perfect? Perfection is imperfection. There's no such thing as perfect. So perfect to you is not perfect to me, and perfect to me is not perfect to you. Perfection doesn't exist. The concept of chasing perfection is a terrible one because it just makes you hate yourself. Nothing is ever good. Nothing is ever done. It's all about size. It's all about size. It's all about size. It's all about size. We will start there. I like that. That is all right. Lacking of detail, fine. Wasn't planning on giving her face details. She was going to have just 2 little black dot eyes, if that. But I need to make her look like she's looking down. So, of course, if I try anything else, I will fuck up. In many of my paintings, many things I do, the faces are white. I do this because it can be anybody, and it doesn't force the viewer, the person out there looking, to accept it being any one particular being. It can give you the metaphorical impression needed for you to make whatever you need the painting to mean. Perhaps it's an overbearing boss in your life that looks down upon you and your working fellow people. Perhaps it's an overbearing person in your life. Perhaps it's whatever. Parents controlling you. Perhaps it's whatever you think, feel, or need it to be. The image will be a being in a castle-esque thing, looking down upon its subjects, you know. And that's it. That's it. And here's the thing about the white. The reason why she says not to do it is obviously, look, the second you see this, what do you see? The white dot. You see the white dot, and you go, what the? It's your focus point now. Not the whole painting, just that white dot that will drive you insane. It'll drive you crazy. Because you're thinking to yourself, why? It's so bright. Why is it there? They shouldn't have done that. That's my troll. That's my troll to everybody out there. Fuck you. Fuck you, art world. I do what I want. I live by my own rules. Fuck you. Don't you fall, brush. Art is patience. To paint, you must be patient. To do things, you must be patient. I forget this often. It's very frustrating to me to be patient. I guess part of that's having all the kids, you know, and they're always like, do this now, do this now. And I'm like, ah. And my wife also is like, hey, you need to do this. And I'm like, ah. So then I go and run around and do things all day. And by the time I get home and I want to sit down and do things for me, it's like, you know, bedtime. But art demands patience. This is why I take a couple hours a day, try to be me time, try to decompress and rant, clear my head, talk, communicate, whatever. Just kind of get shit out, you know. It's good. It's good. It's good for everybody to do that kind of thing. I'm liking this. I think that's all right. I think that'll be all right. I was actually thinking about making it bigger, but I think size doesn't matter. You know, it's not how big it is. It's about how meat tower it is. See, meat tower. It's not how big your meat tower is. Yeah, it is. Who we kidding? It's all about how big your meat tower is. All right, you know what? I'm actually going to go ahead and bring this in and spire out this whole thing a little bit now that I look at it, which will be relatively simple. I hope. I'm going to fuck it up. You ready? Boop, boop, boop. Bleep, blop, bloop. Eat some soup. Same basics. I'm just going to take red and black, mix them together on my brush that's all broke to shit because I made it that way. I shouldn't have used this brush, but I'm going to. And I'm going to bring it in. Now, see, the beauty is right here, it's already kind of being brought in. And I'm bringing it in. But I have to also remember and bring these down. And scratch my eyeball a little bit. That's better. Okay, blip, blap, bloop. Eat some poop. That was my thing for yesterday's video. Eat poop. I eat poop. I don't really eat poop. But $20 is $20, like I like to say. So I mean, hey, No. Now, are you even going to see this behind the possible, people below? Probably no. Probably no. And hey, Andrew, what are you doing? Tuning in a little late, sir. I'm just kidding. But, you never know. Sometimes, like when you start painting the people, painting the things, this shit might shine through. So always make your backgrounds work. Make sure your shit looks good together, Now, this background's a little easier to cover up and go through because it's pretty solid. Red and black streaks up and down. Kind of get away with that. The cloud thing, a little different. Now, if this is all detailed already out, like if I made trees in there or anything like that, there's no fucking way I would have. I'm like, you know what? Fuck that. I'll leave it alone. But as it stands, nah, it's fine. I can make the tower a little weird, crookedy, whatever. And it works out just fine. But if it would have been anything else, fuck no, I wouldn't even tried that. I would have been like, nah, I'll just fuck it up like everything else in life. So why would I even give a shit to try that? And now I'm going to just do some random highlights right there a little bit to help kind of keep it good. No, we're good. Okay, looks good. Thanks, man. And there we go. Sit you down there for a second. But yeah, see, Now, I'm going to slap a little bit of probably more meaty stuff on there a little here in a second. And then I'll probably be done for the day. But so far, so good. I just got shell on my beard. That's the best. I wonder why it's sticky later. I'll be like, yeah, I mean, why is my beard sticky? But so I'm not actually good at meat. There is an artist on something of mine, Instagram or something, and he uses a specific kind of paint. It's more like kind of like an oil based pigment. And fuck that guy. His skill and his methods for making meat look like meat. Wow. I mean, it is fucking mind-blowingly good. And I'm just like, dude, fuck you. That is amazing. I wish I could do that. Like, even in the slightest, like he does. It looks like fucking meat. Like real meat. It's pretty amazing. So, anyway. I'm going to just make my half-assed bullshit meat that I do. So it's not really like meat. It's just more like kind of some stuff. I guess. But we're going to see if we can make it look better before we're done. I use acrylics, though, and acrylics are weird. Every paint medium has its own abilities, and I kind of go against that. I use acrylics as watercolors a lot. I water them down. I do a lot of different styles with it, techniques with it that I don't even understand. Because I never had any technical training with anything. Oh, there's too much red right there. It doesn't really match the rest of it. I'll fix that later. But not having any of that actual training techniques and styles and things, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, like, ever. I better start down here. So I kind of have this weird luck of the world of just, I kind of just slather shit on there. And I'm like, yeah, that looks all right, right? Yeah, why not? Sure, And then I hope for the best. Sometimes it works. Sometimes I'm a dildo. That dripped on my leg. Okay. And I'm going to just give it a little bit here to bring it in. Match those lines just a little bit, because we definitely want it to have a little bit going on. Now keep in mind, again, this is just base coats, beginning, and I'm going to see about really bringing it up, really bringing it in. It looks like a tree. So meat tree is going to be a castle-y thing for her. I don't know. I have no fucking clue what I'm doing, all right? When do I ever, though? Anybody who watches this shit knows I don't fucking know what I'm doing, ever. So I'm glad nobody really judges me on the... And, you know, I'm going to have people come in and bash me, like, oh, yeah, you're trying to be like Bob Ross. And, I'll be like, dude, what the fuck part of this do you think I'm trying to be like Bob Ross? The part where I say, oh, I fucking hate everything I do, and, oh, this is all garbage, and, you know, a fucking hateful little tree, maybe that's about as close as it gets, but now you're a fucking idiot. And I watched Bob Ross the other day for the first time. It's been about maybe a week ago now. On accident, it was in one of my fucking things. It popped up, and I said, all right, I'm going to check this out, but I can't tell anybody. But I did. I told you guys. But that guy, he's pretty fucking crazy. Not crazy, but like impressive. He made a tree, and I mean, that dude was just like, oh, here's a tree. The fuck you make that? Like, seriously, the fuck you make that? Like, if I was religious, you know, I'd be like, God can't even make trees that good. Like, goddamn, dude, for real, Bob. Bob is God backwards. Actually, Bob's Bob backwards, but you get the point. So I'm kind of like, dude, what? How can you pull this shit out of your ass so good? That man, he is crazy good. But I haven't really watched anything else of his. Hey, I don't want anybody else's work to ever influence how or what I do, which may sound dumb, and it actually kind of is, because if you're an artist, you should strive every day to learn as much as you can from anybody and everybody else. Guitar, vocals, you know, artists in clay, in music, in painting, in anything you do, right? You should always look for other people that you can learn from. Do not shy away from learning. Me, I strive not to learn from other people, which is dumb. Self-sabotaging, which I do a lot, because I should be trying to get better with techniques and styles and things like that. But I don't. I instead wallow in self-pity and say, I can do better. I know I can. And then I don't seek help to get better. I just yell at myself and cry in the corner at night. And that's not too far-fetched, but then I try again with a different method, and I get really pissed off because I fail. And I invent my own methods like cardboard and things like that. I don't know if that's a thing or not. It probably is. I mean, I'm not sure. I'm guaranteeing I'm not the first person and only person who went, you know what? I'm going to use cardboard to paint with. Cardboard. You know, I'm not that arrogant, but I've never seen anybody else do it. You know, because again, I don't really watch like painting videos or anything like that. My YouTube is literally this. I have a my mix, which is music, and that is Oliver Tree, Melanie Martinez. But it also has a lot of like, who else is on there? Well, LP's on there and Killer Mike's on there. Trying to think of who else is on there. Like right now when it goes, oh, Aesop Rock's on there. Token's on there. Hobson's on there. I don't know, there's a couple others on there, but I can't think of who they are off the top of my head. For some reason, it all just like fell out of my brain. Other than that, my videos are usually, I've got a couple of video people I watch that are film-based people, you know, that do camera stuff, and so not like film reviews or anything like that, but they are like lighting stuff and, you know, do stuff like that. So I watch those and for, I guess, lighting techniques or something sometimes, even though I don't know what I'm doing, mainly because I suck at lighting. When it comes to film stuff, God, lighting is the bane of existence. And so I try to get better at my lighting with them. So I guess in a way I do try to learn from others from that. But when it comes to painting or music or anything like that, God, I'm terrible. I'm just like, nah, fuck everybody else. I know what I'm doing. I have no idea what I'm doing. It's pretty obvious. So any of these trolls, they're going to come around at one point and they're going to be like, you don't know what you're doing. I'm like, what, have you been watching my videos and you're just quoting me? Like, what? Duh, I don't know what I'm doing, you fucking idiot. Like, whoever said I did? Because it wasn't me. You dildo. Go back to troll land and get some better fucking trolls, because you can't say I said, you can't use the same shit I say against me. That's not how trolling works, bro. You got to come up with something that makes sense. Not stuff that don't make no sense. You know what's weird? It's kind of looking cool just like that too, though. Like, God damn it. You know, the further I go into this thing, thinking it was supposed to be one thing, the more it starts to come out being something else. And then it's, do you fight? You know, do you fight it? No, you're not supposed to. That goes against everything I preach, man. Don't fight it. Let it. You know, let it be what it is. Let it exist. Let it tell you where to go. You let the art breathe and become alive. You are just a fucking tool to it. You're just lucky enough that it allows you to be a part of its fucking goal. You know, but man, I wanted to make it a meat tree. But now I don't know if it's going to be a meat tree. Now it just might be some crazy, weird pink thing in the middle of a goddamn who knows what. You know? What am I even doing anymore? What am I even doing anymore, people? I don't know. I never know. But that's looking kind of neat. Yeah. Oh, fuck me. I can fix it by now. Well, I'm going to call it good here. I'm really not feeling good. I feel like I'm nauseous. I feel like I need to eat, but I ate my burrito before I got on. So that doesn't make any sense. But thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We had a huge rant about racism today and how to fix it by, well, not really how to fix it, but we were talking about how, you know, corporate businesses bank off of the ununification of all of us because we love the drama and we click on all those videos and make them money. So, well, they're preaching against racism. Why would they be against the one thing that makes them money? Really doesn't make a lot of sense. You wouldn't want to destroy your business model now, would you? So you can preach all damn day you're against racism and all this other shit, but if you're still not producing answers, producing a way to solve the problem, you're still just being a part of the problem. Way to go, dickbags. But so far, I'm kind of enjoying this. This is not looking too bad, which means I'm going to seriously fuck this up soon. Yeah, that's fantastic. I really look forward to that. Great. Anyway, thanks. Oh, I know what I could have done. Oh, I bet that would have looked good. Well, too late now. Hindsight is 2020, they say, and looking back is still a bit fuzzy. Thank you, Dave Mustaine. But now I'm going to go and I don't know. I'm going to go clean the house a little bit. That's what I'm going to do. But before I do that, I'm going to try to figure out why I feel like I'm about to explode in the pants, and not in a good way. Anyway, thanks for joining me today. Tomorrow, about noonish again, we will continue this. I don't know what the fuck is happening, but we'll continue this. And thanks as always. Goodbye, everybody.